Hello, welcome people. Happy Sunday. I was blanking on what day it was. Happy Sunday. So I am really excited about this little leather kit that I got. So if you've seen some of my recent videos on leather making, I've done 2 purses from this brand. And so the brand is Babylon Leather, and they're known for doing leather kits of designer purses. So I've done like 2 Hermes bags. So the first one was a Kelly bag, and then the second was a Birkin bag. And it's really cool because they provide all of the materials. So they have all the pre-cut leather, and then what you do is you just sew it all together. And it's really fun. I've been sort of addicted to making these little leather kits. And keep in mind, it's like super beginner friendly. So it's all pre-punched pieces. Like you can see, it's like pre-cut, pre-punched, and what you do is the sewing of it. But the purses take for frickin' ever, which is like the fun part of it. Because it's like, it lasts a really long time. Like you can work on it for several days, and I'll work on it for like an hour or 2 at a time. But it does take quite a while to finally finish a project. And then like, I obviously want to show you guys the projects. And so I do all of the filming and then the editing, and the editing for me just takes forever because I want to create like a really good instructional video for how to make the purses. Because even though I love these purses, Babylon Leather is not great at making videos for them, and like the instructions for them are just not the best. So I'm trying to create the better videos so it can help y'all make the purses more easily. But now I requested a much smaller kit. So like I just need a project that is much quicker than like the several hours of purse making. And so I requested this adorable little teddy bear keychain, which is in the thumbnail of the video. So I just used like their image of the finished product because obviously like I'm making it right now. But it was just so cute. Like they have a bunch of keychains that you can make, and I chose this little teddy bear one, and specifically this one is the neon green color. So yeah, I'm going to see how long this takes me. I figured why not hop on a live and start making this. I'm hoping that it's like maybe an hour or 2. That's sort of my expectation here. But I've linked to it in the description, and I have a great deal with them. So if you use code abcrafty, you can get an additional 10% off of their normal kits. So they're like always running some sort of sale. So it's like always normally 20% off their kits, but then you add on another 10% and it stacks. So it's like over 30% off. And they've increased my coupon code for y'all. So it like used to be an additional 5%, but now it's up to 10%. So definitely take advantage of that. Again, the code is just my channel name. So abcrafty. And that will get you the additional 10% off. And this kit is super reasonably priced. I think this one is like 30 USD, and I'm pretty sure they ship worldwide. So yeah, so this is the kit that we're playing with today, a little teddy bear leather keychain. And oh, jumping into the chat. Hey, everybody. Leah, Fluttery, hey, welcome. Is ketchup? Oh yeah, I'm not, I have to think about it. No. Okay, weird questions. I'm just gonna skip over those. Mocha, hello, welcome. Thanks for joining, everyone. Yeah, say hi in the chat. Let me know what you're up to this weekend. This is really just time for me to hang out with y'all and like craft something, chat with you guys. So I read all of the messages that come in. What did I say? Oh, Futterfly? Okay, sorry, Flutter. Okay, did I call you Flutter? I probably did. I do like the first word that I see. So yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. My apologies. Peggy, welcome. But yeah, I was saying, so I read all the chat messages that come in. So say hi. Let me know what you're doing this weekend, what you're up to. And otherwise, we're just hanging out while I'm making this, and we shall see. So I've got some instructions on my laptop here that I'm gonna follow. This one, for some reason, it's not normally they do like video instructions, but this one is image instructions. So we can go ahead and open this up, and you can see, so they've provided all of the cutout pieces, and it's all punched. And then we have the leather cord, string, whatever you want to thread. There we go. Thread would be the right word. And then it comes with little snippers, clips to hold it together, and the needles. And then what's cute about this one is they provide stuffing. So it's going to be like a little chubby little teddy bear thing. Like, this is so cute. Yeah, so that's what we're making. So we're making our little teddy bear keychain. So it looks like we take this out. We need to find the little nose piece. And you can see it like comes with the actual keychain part. It looks like we're starting with the face here. So this piece, and then we're looking for a tiny black nose piece. You know what? I think I'm going to dump all this out. That would be a lot easier because we're just going to use it eventually. So let's just dump all these out so I don't have to go scooping through trying to find everything after. And we can put all of these pieces up here. And you got like little buttons. And again, so it comes in a bunch of different colors. I chose this neon green color because I thought the green and brown looked really good together, but they have a bunch of other colors that you can choose from. Okay, so we're starting with this teeny little nose. Like, look at how tiny this is. And I have really small hands. So stinking cute. And we need to get our black thread. And I think this is the only thing that we're using black thread for. Yeah, so the rest is getting sewn with white. So all we're doing is using the black thread for sewing the nose on, and I guess some details of the mouth. So let's grab our needles here. Okay, and they provided, it looks like 3 needles. Yeah, so we've got 3 needles. We can grab our little snippers here. Hey, KK. We are making a little leather teddy bear keychain. Ooh, I was expecting this to be waxed thread. Maybe it is. It's a lot more slick than I was expecting. Normally for the leather projects that I've done, you use like wax. Whoops, I just made a knot into that. You use like waxed leather, and this is way more slick than that. Hopefully the camera is like focusing correctly. Butterfly, no worries, go eat. +1 for snacks. Okay, so we are going to thread this on here, and normally for leatherwork, can y'all see, is it like, it keeps focusing down here, so hopefully y'all can see this. But normally what you do for leatherwork is you put, obviously you thread the needle eventually. Let's see how easily I can do this while talking. There we go. And then what you normally do is you poke it through like 1 inch or 2 from the end, and it helps secure it. And you literally like put the needle through the actual thread. If y'all can see that. And then you slide it through, and that secures the thread. So you can see that's not gonna move. So that's how you start it. Brittany, Olivia, welcome, welcome. You made it, Olivia, love it. For those who don't know, Olivia always joins, and I love having her, and it's always great, and it makes me sad when she's not here. So yay, Olivia, you're here. High five, thanks so much. You are like the first person I think ever to say that. I normally get like, you have vocal fry, you sound like a California girl, like, blah, blah, blah. So thanks, I appreciate it. Okay, so to start this off, it looks like we are sewing this guy to somewhere here. Can you see like the little holes there? So it looks like we are sewing it to the top of this. And so there's like, it goes a line here and then 2 little dots out here. So we sew this to the top, it looks like. So let's go through the top hole here from the back. And then I have no idea where the hole is here, so we are going to improvise. I can't even see like where a hole is. I assume it's like right in the middle. I don't know if there are multiple. It looks like there is. Okay, so there might be 2 holes. Okay, let's see. I think there is one below it. Yes, there is. Okay, cool. So the instructions just say sewing from the bottom to the top, and then pass the needle in the middle of the small black leather, then let the needle, as in the picture above, into the middle of the small black leather. Then sew this pinhole on the bottom. Like, see, this is what I mean. Like, their instructions are just awful. This is why I like making new instructional videos. Like, I love the kits, but their instructions are just terrible. So we are just going to improvise. I am just going to sew this on like I normally would. Though I will say one thing is, normally you sew leather with 2 things at a time, and for some reason it's not like 2 needles at a time. But for some reason they don't say that for this. I don't know why. But I'm going to pull this all the way to the back here. That seems really weird. I'm going to go through it again. So we are just going to pretend like this is normal leather work. Even though I'm working with 1 needle, I'm just going to make this extra secure and pass it through twice, because I don't want its little nose to fall out. And I'm going to pass it through that same hole. And then we are just going to sew on that detail down through here, and that's going to make his little nose. Alora's World, welcome! Olivia, yay! I told you, it's easier for me to just go on just when I'm ready and got everything set up. And I had to like figure out the camera angles for this one as well. So it was a whole thing. So I'm glad you're able to make it. So we pull this through, and I think I'm just gonna keep going with this like reverse stitch concept. But yeah, everything's all pre-punched, so it makes it super easy. And I've at least done enough of these that, at least for like the purses, that I kind of like, I get it, I get the concept, so it's not like I really have to follow the instructions precisely. Like, I get that we're doing the little mouth and nose details going down here. So you'll see as we get to the bottom here, now we're going to do, this is like one side of the mouth. Whoop. Hopefully I don't poke myself too badly through this. Normally I will definitely poke myself a little bit doing leather stuff, but hopefully it won't be too bad. And I think we're just, I don't know if it does like doubling it up or not. It doesn't look like it. It looks like that's what we're supposed to do. But I honestly might come back up through here, just because it like looks weird that there's like this little thing to the side. So I'm going to add just another loop back up to the top, and then we can secure it on the back. And I'm really hoping that this is waxed so that I can cut it and melt it. See, there we go. So now we have like his little face all sewn up. And so we use the little provided snippers, and hopefully it will be okay. So normally what you do is you clip it so that it has just a couple millimeters of extra length here. And then I have this nifty little thread burner. Absolutely love this thing. Ooh, there we go. So normally they say to like use a lighter and melt these down. Thread burner for the win, so you don't have to worry about open flames and all that. And so I'm just pushing the button, and you can see the smoke going off, and yes, it is indeed waxed. So then I squish it down, and that secures it. So you don't have to worry about it unraveling or anything. Now I'm actually wondering if it's waxed or this is just plastic, because it's acting very plasticky. So, whoops, I think we may have just melted some plastic. It's fine, definitely smells like it as well. And where did the top go? Cool, so that is our little face. Oh no, Olivia, no fun. Yeah, I know you've not been feeling well just in general, so hopefully at least today you're feeling a little better for the rest of the day or evening, because I know for you it's already nighttime. Okay, now I think we get our, yes, now we're moving on to our white thread. So I guess we're done with all the black thread. And then to take this off, I don't have nails, but the best way I've found is just kind of scrape at it, and then it comes right off. That was way easier. Normally it's not that easy. So that was a great demo because that worked beautifully. Normally it's not actually that easy to do. Okay, so now we have our white thread that we can get started with. It doesn't say how much we need. Also, where is the end of this thread? There we go. Okay, so it does say we're doing double needles for the mouth, so we are going to now sew. Let's move this up here. Here is our little teddy bear's face, or its head, and so we're gonna sew this snout, I guess it would be, onto its head. And we're using white for that. Normally, it doesn't say, all it says for the instructions here is we use double needles to sew here. So it looks like this is just a normal, what we do with leather sewing. I am just going to take off some amount of thread here. I'm going to, normally what you do is at least 4 times the length of what you're sewing. So in theory, you would wrap this around and go, okay, there is the measurement for how much we're sewing, and then 2, 3, and 4, but that is pretty small to work with, so I'm actually just going to double that pretty much, and that will give us plenty to work with here. So I'm going to cut some off, and then same thing as before, to thread the needle, we put it through as normal, and then you poke it through 1 to 2 inches at the end, and that secures it. And then this one, it says specifically that we are using both needles. So we take a second needle for the other end of the thread, and I'm gonna snip that off because that is a mess. There we go. Push this through. There we go. And then same thing, you put it 1 to 2 inches at the end and literally poke it through the thread and pull to secure it. And then I'm just gonna start at the top because I can easily identify that on both pieces. So I'm gonna start at the back, poke it through, and then poke it through the top of the little white snout. And then take my other thread and pull so that they are of even length. If I can grab them nicely. There we go. So now they're the same length. And I take one and poke it through the next hole, like down through the next hole, through both pieces. See, like that. And then bring it up through the next hole. And my camera is not focusing very well. There we go. So up through the next one, and then pull tight, and then you grab the thread in the back, or the needle in the back, and again, same thing, next hole, go up through it, and then down, and up through the next one. And that completes those first 2 stitches. And so like that's all that there is to leatherwork really with these kits, is you just use both ends of the thread and keep sewing all around. Olivia, at least I'm happy to hear that you're having a good day today. I am happy to hear that. Okay, so you just keep going around, and this is why I absolutely love these projects and like these kinds of things of just simple, repetitive tasks. because it's so meditative, you know? It's like simple concept, repeating the same thing over and over again. Just simple sewing, and just hope you don't stab yourself. And I'm excited because this is my first little keychain. And what's funny is I am like not a designer person at all. Like I could not care less about designer stuff. So it's really funny that I'm like getting sent the kits to make all these designer bags and all that. And I'm like, the fun for me is not the bag. Like it's cool for others that they're like into the bag. It's like a sort of like a cheap way to get a designer bag, you know? But for me, I'm like, yay, I made my bag and now that's it. So I just gift them. So like the last one I made, I gift to my mother-in-law. I'm like literally looking at the other one I made. So I recently finished the Birkin bag from their kits. And I'm trying to see like who would want this bag. Because it's like a similar color. Like I don't know if my mother-in-law would want another one, but it's fine. I'll find someone to gift it to. And that's just so me. Like my fun is in making the thing, not having the thing. And that even came from childhood. Like when I was probably like 8 years old, my dad and I made a dollhouse. Here, let me tell this story after. I'll finish the story after I finish this. So when you get to the end, what you want to do is backstitch a couple stitches. So it literally means just like go backwards a couple stitches and just make sure to bring the threads to the back. And then same thing with the other one, just go back a couple stitches, and that just makes sure that everything does not get undone. And then same as before, you just trim so that is like 1 millimeter or 2 long in the back. And then I take my thread burner and melt it down. And then once I feel like it's cool enough, because I don't want to burn myself on hot wax, I then press it down to just make sure it's all secure. And like use the wax that is on the thread to my advantage and just smush it into the rest of the thread. But there we go, we have like his little face. Cute. And now I can close that. I know, Olivia, I was thinking that. It's far. And so the one thing that is really frustrating, I will say, like I wish I had just a bunch of needles so I don't have to take the thread off each time. Because this part is annoying. Having to undo the thread every time, but it's fine. Okay, the next thing we are doing, it looks like we are sewing the buttons onto the chest. So we've got our little chest piece, or I guess it's like a shirt, it's not really his chest. And then we have button number 1 and button number 2. And we need some amount of thread. So same thing, I'm just gonna arbitrarily choose some amount that is long enough to work with. Good enough. And then we are gonna thread them. But yeah, so what I was saying with the dollhouse is when I was 8 or 9, my dad and I made a dollhouse, and like I designed it, painted it. I loved putting the shingles on. Like I specifically remember spending forever putting every single individual shingle on this dollhouse. Never played with it once. Not even, actually, no, that's not true. I once had a friend over who really wanted to play with the dollhouse. And I was so confused by that. Because, like, I'm just not an imaginative person. And I'm like, but they're dolls. They don't talk. Like, I don't understand. Like, they're just dolls. It just exists. So that was like the best example I have to explain like my lack of A, imagination, and B, that I am all about making the thing, not having the thing at the end of the day. Like there are very few things that I actually use that I make. For me, it is all about making the item. And actually, as I say this, what's funnily enough is I am actually wearing one of the things that I made. Well, now you can see just how old it is with all the nice pilling. But this was a tie-dye sweatshirt that I made forever ago. And the post has been on my blog for forever. But, and like, I still haven't even made the YouTube video for it. I have all the footage, just never got around to making it. So I'll have to do that at some point. But this tie-dyed sweatshirt, one of the few things that I actually do wear, funnily enough. And I am wearing it right now. So, yay. Maya, welcome. Hey, thanks for joining. We are sewing a little teddy bear keychain out of leather here. And I am super excited to make this. Okay, the way it wants me to do this is not how I just did it, I think. Yeah, okay, so we're going through, it has the 2 holes there, so go through both of those holes, not like what I was just doing. And I'm trying to get these threads relatively even, and now I'm going to take the back thread, and I am going to double up on this. So I'm going to go back through that same set of holes to secure this little button. And now we are going to move to the next one. Let's put this little button on there. And then bring it on down. Yeah, I know, Olivia. I have such a backlog of projects. Like, I'm talking, I made this, it was before I even moved to Nashville. So, I don't know, like 7 years ago, I want to say. Yeah, it was probably, like, actually, no, not quite 7 years ago, because it was, I'm pretty sure, after COVID. So it probably would have been 2020, 2021 is probably when I made it. It'd be cool if I could see where I am doing this. There we go. So yeah, there is like tons of footage. But if you go to my blog, all of it is there, at least. So all of the info is still on the blog. And I just sewed through my own stitch. So I'm going to undo that. There we go. And I have lost track of what I was doing. So it looks like I am going to accidentally go through this 3 times. Doesn't really matter. It is fine. Because we want to bring this to the back. And then there isn't really back stitching happening. How did that happen? I don't know how I managed to get both through. I definitely messed something up here. How did I do that? How did I end up with both there? That's so weird. Honestly, it's fine. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna I'm gonna like have it go through its own stitch. This is all in the back. I'm just improvising here. It's fine. Because again, when you melt it, it's all gonna be secure. So, and it's all in the back. It's all hidden. It will all be hidden. So I'm just gonna cut these off. This is what happens when I do things live, is I don't pay attention to what I'm actually doing. And I mess stuff up, but it's fine. We can roll with the punches here. So let's get the thread burner and just melt this all down. And I just realized I haven't linked the thread burner in the description, but once we're done with this, I will. And this one is from Kaydo, is the brand, C-A-Y-D-O. And I do have a coupon code for them as well. So same thing, abcrafty. And I wanted to say it's either like 10, 15% off. And I cannot recommend a thread burner enough. This has been so amazing to have, because normally it would be using a lighter, which I don't love constantly playing with fire for this. So, and for me, it's just physically difficult to get the lighter to actually go. So I much prefer a thread burner, and it's fantastic. Okay, we have our little shirt with our buttons on it. State of Grace, hey, hey, welcome. Rock tumbling, it's going. So it's currently still in stage 1, stage 2. Tomorrow will be the 7th, no, Tuesday, I think. Tuesday is when I moved it over. or Wednesday. Now I don't remember. I'll have to look back at the rock tumbler to see how many days it's been. But it's currently in stage 2, so it's going into the next one. And as I mentioned, when I replied to your comment, yeah, I completely forgot about it. Well, it's not like I forgot. I was like, every day I'm going to move the stuff over, and then I just never did. So yeah, until I eventually did. So it was running at stage 1 for 2 solid weeks until it moved over, but it's fine. Stage 1 is the longest time that they should be going anyways, so there is no issue with running it for extra. If anything, like if I were doing it the way I wanted to do it versus just testing out the rock tumbler, it would be running for much longer. So I normally run stage 1 of a rock tumbler for like 2 months plus until it's like perfectly smooth and no lumps or bumps or nooks and crannies all over it. Okay, for our little keychain teddy bear here, next it looks like we're doing the full shirt, and then we need his little paws, his little hands here. Goes there, and it looks like that is not a hand. This is a hand, I think. Yes, that looks right. Yes, and then we need his feet. It goes down there. And it looks like we are sewing. It looks like this goes on top here. So we are going to sew down that side and then around this. So it looks like all the brown pieces or everything is going underneath the shirt. So everything's going kind of like this. I think the hands go on top of the feet, like that. Okay, so let's get our thread ready. Again, pulling this back. No way, that would be so funny. Olivia forgetting it for that long. I mean, I assume unless it was an always on tumbler, and then it would just be continuing to run. But I would imagine very little would be left of those rocks if you run it for a year. Okay, pulling that back. And we grab our thread. And so same concept as before. You want to measure out 4 times the length of what you are sewing. So that is roughly the length of what we're sewing. And then folding it over, and then folding it over will give us roughly that 4 times length. And I just add some extra just in case. There we go. Put our scraps to the side. And then threading our needles. So again, for those just joining, we thread it like a normal needle and thread. But then you poke it through the end of the thread. So like literally, if the camera would focus, you're poking through the thread itself and then pulling. And then it keeps it nice and secure so that you can pull the thread super tight while you're working. And then you do the same thing for the other end of the thread. So you use 2 needles when working with leather work. And then you pull that tight. Zane, hey, how did I sew these buttons? Is that what you mean? I am one, because I actually just posted a new video about button making, so I genuinely do not know if you're referring to these buttons or the video that I just posted yesterday. So I did post a video, so shameless plug now, for the new video that I posted that's all about like using a button maker and making your own custom like button pins. So like the ones that like a badge that you could pin to yourself, those kinds of buttons. But I don't know if you mean these kinds of buttons, but this is the back if you want to see for sewing that. So just going through the holes. Yeah, so this one you can actually watch the playback. I think I have it set to that you can like rewind and see, but just going through both buttons a couple times and then securing it on the back. And now we are moving on to the shirt. And so let me grab my instructions. We are going at the top of this piece here. Yeah. And then the top. Let me just double check that we are skipping. It looks like we are skipping the first stitch at the top. So we are actually going through this one for the shirt. So we are skipping that top part there, looks like. Yes. And then we bring our second thread, or like our second needle, which is on the other end of the thread, and going through the next in line. And then grabbing both of our needles and pulling tight. And then we take the first one, go down through that second hole, and then back up through the next one. And there is our stitch. And then we take the thread in back and do the same thing. So we go back, down through the next one, and up through the next available. You are welcome, Zane. And then going down again, and back up. I'm trying to see when we go to the next one. I can't tell if they go like this or on top of each other. I think they go on top of each other. So I think we're now going to sew through all 3 pieces. Yeah, let's zoom in on this. It looks like 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think we do that. But it's showing a lot more. Yes. Okay, we go like that. Okay, cool. So we are going down and then through the hand as well. So you got to line all of these up. And now we go through the first hole on the hand. And then up through this next one. I don't know what happened there. That's fine. Up through the arm and then up through the shirt. And you can see, like, I end up just pulling them separately through. It's like, doesn't really matter at the end of the day. And like, I don't know what happened here. I must have not been paying attention. It looks like I may have sewn through. So don't do that. Don't sew through your thread like I just did. But if you did, not a big deal. Especially for a keychain, like it's not going to break or anything, you know, like it's not taking much force. So, whoops, I just undid what we just did. I thought that was the back one. Bringing that back through. Hooray for doing stuff live. This is the magic of editing. Okay, now we take our back thread. There we go. And go down and up through the next piece, which looks like it's just the hand and the shirt. And then we go down. I almost want to say it's even further back, actually. I think I did this incorrectly. Because otherwise we don't have a hole there. Like this is on its own. And it's supposed to be attached. So this was actually supposed to go further up. So, undo these stitches that I just made. So that we can put the hand further up. Did I check out Hogwarts Legacy? Yes. So I looked into it. We watched a whole bunch of videos. We have not bought it yet, but it does look very appealing. We just have not pulled the trigger. So my husband ended up downloading Final Fantasy, I don't know what number, but like it was an old Final Fantasy game that they re-released like this past couple weeks. So whichever Final Fantasy was that. So he went down a whole path of replaying that game. So he's currently been the video game player in the house. And I have not played Banjo-Kazooie since because he has been playing Final Fantasy. So Hogwarts Legacy still on the list. We haven't looked at prices, but we did watch a whole bunch of stuff, like a whole bunch of videos and playthroughs of the game. It does look super cool. Okay, so now we have fixed this. This looks a lot better. That looks way more correct. Oh, now I can fix this because we went back far enough. There we go. So here's where I messed up. There we go. So that is still a mess, but it's fine. Okay, now put this through here. It was $19 on the PS4. Holy cow. So we have... What do we have? We have an old PlayStation. We're talking like PlayStation 2, I think. And then we have a Switch and an Xbox 360, I want to say. And then we also have like an N64 and Wii, but like, yeah. That is what we are working with. Okay, so now we can go across the bottom here. Oh wait, whoa. Forgot about our pants here. Oh my goodness, we're gonna have to double back again. Because I think our pants needed to get added to that hole. Yep. So we are going to double back out of this stitch. So that we can actually attach our little pants to our guy. So now we can, actually didn't need to go all the way back because just going, we're adding this. So there we go. So we're adding our little pants. And now continuing on so that we're attaching the pants to the shirt. Here we go. And this is what I find very funny about doing these live, because you now get to see realistically what it's like for me to craft without all of the editing and how much I do incorrectly and have to backtrack. Oh my gosh. There's no console war. We have all the types. We have all of the types. We just don't have the most up-to-date consoles. That's the thing. I do not just console discriminate over here. We just have older ones and haven't upgraded ours. That's all. Okay, now we go up through here. I mean, honestly, so far, I feel like the Switch has been the one that we've been playing for like the past couple of years now. We honestly haven't really been using any of the other consoles now that I think of it. Yeah. I don't necessarily know why. I don't know why we default to just Switch games, but that's where we've been. A PS2, specifically the PS2, like not even PS5 or whatever the latest. Yeah, it's PS5, right? Is the latest one? Yeah. So you're like, nah, just PS2. And the PS2 wasn't even mine. That was Mike's. So that was actually very funny, is when we moved in together, we each had our own N64 and Xbox 360. So we actually have two N64s and 360s. And that was funny. I think we ended up giving away one set of each right before we moved to Nashville. So I actually don't think we have two sets of them anymore, but we did for years. Okay, now we add our little hand. This is not a hand, that's a foot. We're adding this hand to this side. I want to tuck him in between the shirt and the feet here. So let's go ahead and sew through this one first. And I often find it's easier to just sew through each piece separately. So if we do shirt, and then just make sure we're facing this the right way. Yes. Then we go down through that first hole of the hand, and then down through the pants. And it's like when you pull, it all comes together. Like it looks weird as you're starting, But it comes together when you pull it. And now we can go through that next hole on the hand and on the shirt. And then take our back thread and go through all 3 of those at the corner. Hey Jill, welcome! We are making a little keychain here of a little teddy bear. See, this does not look right to me, but maybe it is. It looks very different. Oh my gosh, y'all. That's why. Okay, we're redoing all of this. It's because I put his arm too low. This was supposed to be in line. It's just we skipped that first hole. Love it. So we are backtracking all of this. This is what I mean by doing stuff live. Undoing everything we just did. Ugh. It's fine. It's fine. And backtracking. You know what's funny? So with the Switch, we never even use it like on its own, like portable. It's always just plugged in. Like neither of us have used it on the go. And I think that's probably it, is like now we're playing through the old N64 games. So that probably just, yeah, I just sewed through the previous stitch. It's fine. We will switch it when we get to it. Yeah, I feel like everyone well, also because they're like re-releasing all old games as well. So like that Final Fantasy one that my husband's playing, like he was all about that. And then I was all about replaying Banjo-Kazooie. So and then N64 has done a good job about at least updating the graphics of all of the old games. And so that's where I started doing Banjo-Kazooie, and that's been fun because that was one of my favorites. I feel like Star Fox will probably be next. I was a big Star Fox person. Fun fact, I was the first person in my family to have beaten Star Fox. So that was neat. Okay, how did I sew through this so that I can undo what I did? Looks like, here we go. Or I just made it worse. Cool, 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 cool. Well, that's just a mess now. Hopefully I don't have to cut it. I might have to grab my fancy glasses, magnifying glass glasses, though, to try and solve this. Yeah, I'm gonna grab those. Thankfully, I'm still mic'd up, though, so y'all won't hear the music, but you can hear me moving. So this was the advantage of doing the mini mic, is I can walk around and still talk to y'all, so I don't just disappear for a while. Okay, glasses acquired. Okay. So let's see if I can undo, undo this knot. I might have to do it to the side so that I can actually see it. So y'all won't get to see me undo this, but it would be better that I undo this and then we don't have to cut it all, because that's what I want to avoid. I mean, they always provide like a ton of extra thread, but I still get nervous, you know? I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna run out somehow. And I don't have my own thread. Though I did just really make a mess of this. Oh my goodness. What? There's another Star Fox, not Star Fox, but is Star Fox? What do you mean? Explain. Okay, I think I at least have one idea of what I did, so I can backtrack this. Yes. And now I see where I did this. Yay! This is the power of magnifying glass lens, I think. Hang on. I might be speaking too soon. No, there we go. There are a couple of threads that were wonky. Oh, I really just made a mess of this. That was the issue, so I went through it like 3 times. I sewed through these threads multiple times. I don't know how I managed that. So that's something to avoid. Again, bigger deal when you're working on something that really needs to be durable. So like a purse, for example, you obviously don't want the thread to break or anything, but like if you have a purse full of stuff, there's a whole bunch of weight on it. So you want to make sure that those threads are super secure and you don't want holes in them by like cutting through them with another needle. So, but for this, there's no weight on the keychain itself. So even if you sew through it, it's really not a big deal. But it makes it difficult to undo it all, which is what has happened here. Oh, Banjo-Kazooie. Oh, so like what the other, I thought you meant like they made a Star Fox like spin-off game or something. I was like, what do you mean? What did I miss? Banjo-Kazooie. So that one is, what is it? You're a bear. Like you play a bear with a little bird friend. And so my husband compares it to, shoot, what is it? It's one of the Mario games. I don't know if it's like Super Mario World, where it's just like an adventure-y game and you collect stuff, like that kind of style game. And so that's exactly what Banjo-Kazooie is it's just a bunch of different levels of different themes, and you go and have to collect stuff and sort of like solve the puzzles along the way. So that is my style of game. And like since then, I have not found a game that fits that bill. And like a similar game that was old computer game was Bug Dome. That was my jam as a kid. In addition to like the video games. But as far as computer games, I was all about Bug Dome. And that was a similar concept. It's just like very simple, wander, like no, like low stakes, wander around, kind of try and solve the puzzle of where to find the thing that you're looking for. So, yeah. Hey Malachi, welcome! But yeah, like there really haven't been games that have existed since. Though there was, what was the 2-player game called? Shoot, gosh. It was black and white. And this was, again, for the Switch. And you're playing a dog and a deer, I think, are the characters. And it's a 2-player game, and it's, like, super artsy, very simple. Oh, gosh, I cannot remember the game. Or the name of it, I mean. Oh, that's gonna drive me crazy. But it was all black and white. And I don't, like, it's kind of recently released. I don't know how recently. I might be making that up. But to me, it's recent. Like, we played it within the last year, but it could have come out longer ago than that. Okay, here we go again, that I sewed through stuff. But this one, I think I can easily see how to undo it. Yeah. There we go. Okay, let's go back with this one. And it's like all wintry, like it's snowy, and the theme of it is you go, like you're trying to find, it's like you're a baby deer and a baby dog or fox or something, and then you're going to find the rest of your pack, but you like work together. I'm just gonna tear it. I'm getting frustrated here. There we go. You're trying to find the rest of your pack, and you're like working together to like find each other's packs. It's super cute. I forget what it's called, but I really like that one. And that one like was a similar vibe of like simple puzzle solving. Though that one, you're not like collecting anything, you're just solving the puzzles. Oh my goodness, what? There's like some tiny thread here. Good grief. As you can see, I'm getting frustrated enough to just tear it. But these threads are pretty aggressive. Oh, this is why. This is because of this mess that I had made originally. I really hope I can undo this and I don't just have to cut it all off. Okay. Ooh, sweatshirt. Now I'm getting warm. So let's move the mic. Hopefully y'all can still hear me. Okay, taking off sweatshirt. My frustration has warmed me up here. So we're gonna clip this back on. Hopefully it is not making too much extra noise. There we go. And then I am putting my headset back on to try and get this thing undone. And the whole point was that this was supposed to be such a simple project, you know? I was like, oh, this is cute and little. Well, it would be if I didn't keep messing up. Then it would be a cute little project. But I keep messing up. So now we are on to the next one. And hopefully I can avoid sewing through stuff again here. Now I have to undo this mess. And then I think we're in the clear. To then fix where the arm placement is. Yes. Yes. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Amazing. Move the headset out of the way. And then the last undoing stitch. Yes! Okay, the way I'm going to do this is we are just going to backtrack. Oh no, I have to take it all the way out. What am I talking about? It has to come out all the way because we have to move that piece. There we go! Yay! Oh my gosh. The party. I love that you all have the same enthusiasm for me for this. Yay! Okay, here we go. Let's pretend like we didn't just mess that all up. So we line up the arm with the top of the shirt and then we go through this second loop of both. So we skip that first one, pull this through, and then go through the next one. We've got this, people. We've got this. And that would make sense why I was like, the hand isn't showing enough. I know. It's these stinking small little guys. They're so unassuming that you think it's all going to be fine. But no. And like the whole point of this was I was like, this is going to be an easier project. And it's like I literally have an email to the company being like, I want a small, simple project. And like a quick one and an easy one. So can I do a keychain next? Nope, nope, nope. And they're like, yeah, we get it. No, this one has been way more complicated. Well, it's not complicated. I am making it more complicated for myself. As a 5 foot tall person, yeah, never underestimate the little guy. Amen. Oh my goodness. Never underestimate my ability to take an hour-long project and turn it into a 3-hour-long project. That is how I do stuff. That is the story of my life. Like, even though this is what I do, like all the time, I'm just a crafter, I will take much longer than probably all y'all to do anything. Yeah. It's crazy to me. So like whenever I estimate times, like if I ever say like, oh, it'll take you this long in a video, blog post, whatever it is, I am not basing it off of my time that it took to do something. I'm basing it off of the average person and like what I expect someone else to take. So basically whatever time I give, just triple it and that, or sorry, no, divide it by, no, yeah, triple it. Triple it, and that is how long it took me to do it. That is a safe assumption. So if it's like, oh, that'll probably take you 30 minutes, it took me an hour and a half because of stuff like this. Cash is cool. We're making a little teddy bear keychain out of leather here. And it'd be helpful if I actually put it on the screen and not off the screen. That would help. Oops, I forgot we need to add our little pants to the bottom. Yeah, for those joining, they won't know whoops, I am making an absolute mess here. I was just gonna say, they won't know the absolute mess that I've been making thus far. Let's see, there we go, sewing through some more thread. Let's see if it can safely undo this. Did I do it correctly? Fingers crossed. Almost. We have one more little thread. No, we're gonna try and just rip that off. Come on. No! Okay, we can go through it. We can go through it and undo this. There we go. Okay, backtrack so that we can add, whoops, don't forget the pants. What's funny, it's not even pants. Like, he's not wearing pants. It's just his legs. He's Winnie the Poohing it. So, shirt on top, no bottoms. The classic look. Okay, now we are putting the pants underneath. We are taking our back thread, sewing this down and through. And then up through the next one. There we go. Heck yeah, freedom. I can't do it. Oh my gosh, I hate shirt, no pants. No, I can't do it. I don't even think that's like how I get dressed or undressed. Yeah, no, pants are the first thing I put on. It's always pants first and then shirt. Ugh, no, just thinking about it. No, I can't do it. No, that's funny thinking about that. Did I already go through this? No. Distracted thinking through what my order of operations is when I get dressed and undressed. But no, I am very rarely shirt, no pants. It's always pants, no shirt. And it would be weird. Yeah, that would be super weird for me. Shirt, no pants? No, that's, ugh. Ugh. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm gonna have nightmares later. You do realize, like, after this, I'm gonna end up trying, like, shirt, no pants. I'll get back to you on that. But as far as I recall, pants, no shirt is my jam, and shirt, no pants feels weird. Just feels wrong. Oh, that's funny. Also thinking about it, like, if I see someone else, shirt, no pants, nope. It gives me the ick. Like, I think that is a super ick for me because I've definitely seen my husband, obviously, shirt, no pants, and he looks like a child. Like, it just looks ridiculous to me, and I 100% get the ick. Pants, no shirt, totally fine. Shirt, no pants, no. Get away. I'm done with you. No, thank you. Oh yeah, I mean, if it's like long enough to basically be a dress, that's like a totally different thing. That's different. But even then, I don't know, like, just, if I think about it for too long, I'll know that I'm Winnie the Poohing it and like, give myself the ick, basically. Okay, we are at the edge here. Where did his little other hand go? Oh no, through all of our mess. Where did his other hand go? These are his feet. Did I somehow knock it off the table? Oh my goodness. See, this is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about as far as yet another example of why I take longer to do things. Oh my goodness. Okay, quadruple checking all of our objects up here. If someone wants to do me a massive favor and watch the playback. Oh no, I found it. Okay. It flew off the table. Thank goodness. I was gonna say, like, if someone wants to watch the playback and see which direction the hand went. But I found it. We are good. And now, this is gonna be interesting going in reverse. We can sew down through here. And then through here. And then through the legs. Be free. Oh my goodness. And then we are going to go up. Okay, I'm just going to place this here so I don't forget. And they do provide clips. Maybe I'll use it. I honestly rarely use the clips when doing leather stuff. I don't know why. Like, obviously it would be easier. So let's go ahead and try that. So then I don't lose track of when I am supposed to sew that arm on. And so then I can clearly see that we still have one spot without the shirt arm, also known as a sleeve. That would be the word. So we are not yet sewing on the sleeve / shirt arm. And let's try and get up through all 3 of these layers. There we go. Okay, and back down. I'm also just noticing there is a clear difference in leather thickness. See that? Like, this is much thicker than the green. I wonder why they did that. I have no idea, because the white is the same and the black's the same. For some reason, the green is a much thinner leather. I don't know. Weird. Yeah, for those just joining, we are making a little leather teddy bear keychain. And this is from a kit by Babylon Leather, which I've linked to in the description. It would help if I sewed through all of the layers necessary. But yeah, this is a kit by Babylon Leather. Link is in the description. And then you can also use code abcrafty to get an additional stackable 10% off. And it'd be super great if I actually sewed through this piece. You're doubling back again. Yes, 1000%. Yeah, he would. Honestly, he would prefer like little shirt, no bottoms. Yeah, he's a fan of that. We are opposite in terms of ick factor. So then I must often actually, I wonder now if I Winnie the Pooh it and don't even realize it. Because he like hypes me up. You might be right. But now I'm going to be ultra aware of it and creep myself out. Yep. I think it's ruined it for him. How much does this cost? I think this set is like 30 pre-discounts. So whatever that would come out to. You know, I'm talking USD. And I think they ship worldwide. So wherever you are, I'm guessing they ship too, if I recall. Okay, we are improvising, going through all of these layers here. In this one specifically, so this kit has a whole bunch of colors that you can choose from. Let's pull that back and go through the bottom. And this one is neon green. They have 2 greens. I chose the lighter one, but they also have a dark green. And then there's like a really pretty blue as well. But yeah, there are a whole bunch of colors that you can choose from. These little shirts coming together. Okay, now that that is there, we can move that clip and keep going up. I'll tell him that. I'm going to rat you out, Zane, and he's going to come for you for that, for sure. Lily, happy birthday! Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correct. if people want to give some happy birthday hearts or some party symbols to Lily, that would be great. Show her some love. Can I do it on my end? Oh my gosh, I can. Yay! There you go. Lily. So it's for, oh, that's way easier. So just kidding. Happy birthday, Lily. There's some party symbols and hearts for you. Yay! Yay! Spreading the birthday love. Okay, we are finally getting this shirt finished here. Let's pull this up, and we are at the top. So now we are going to backstitch to secure it. So we're gonna backstitch 2 stitches. You know what, I'm gonna just backstitch 1, because again, it doesn't have to be like, this isn't super durable, like I'm worried about durability here. So I'm just gonna backstitch 1 stitch for this. So each one is going back 1 single stitch. And then we are finally going to flip this over and cut it and melt these ends. Yes, Lily, we're making a little teddy bear. I should really put his face closer. So we're making a little teddy bear keychain. There we go. Now you can see his face. We are melting the ends now of this piece that I have had to redo multiple times. Go me. Melt, 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 melt. Squish that down. And I'm gonna grab a sip of water here, but we are flipping this over. What is next? Okay, we have, yep. We are attaching the head with the ears. The instructions say, place the head part small pieces like this and sew them up. My goodness, I hate their instructions. Okay, this is why I redo their instructions. Whoops, dropped my water bottle. This is why I like to recreate their instructions. This one, however, I mean, this live will service as the instructions, we will say. So for those wanting to make it, just rewatch this live, and then you'll get there and just skip over all of my mistakes. That's fine. So we have our ear pieces. Let's find our other ear. And other ear. And we are attaching that. Oh, so that's all we're doing. No, we're attaching it to the back of the head, it looks like. Oh my goodness. No, we're like attaching everything. Okay, we are starting with the back. Oh, we have this flipped. Okay, so this back part, we have the leather side out, and then this is the inside. So we want inside facing up so that the pretty leather is on the outside. Then we put the ears. The question is, where do the ears go? It's not marked. I guess we just choose how high we want the ears. And then the accent piece, I think it goes like this. There is a specific side because of the angle. Actually, which one is it? Is it this? That doesn't look right. This? It's this one. Okay. So this one's on the right. And that goes there. And then this goes on top. But we sew the other side as well. Okay, so we are sewing this head around, all the way around. And then when we get to down here, we are sewing this on, plus its little collar. Like, how cute is that collar? So we're sewing all these pieces as we go around the head. So we're gonna start up here. And it looks like there isn't a specific spot for where the ear goes. So I think we just have to choose a spot and hope that we line it up correctly on the other side? I don't know. Maybe, I'm trying to think. If I do like a pen mark that we won't see on the inside, but I'm like marking the center point. What is the center? Probably this? I think? And then if we count out, what, to there? So 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and do 1, 2, 3, 4. But see, that looks lopsided. Maybe that like isn't the center? Does it look okay? Is it hard? In theory, this is easy. I am making it more difficult than it needs to be because I keep messing up. Let's put it that way. I think that looks correct. Oh, actually, they might... 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it does look like... Oh, shoot, we also need the top part. Almost forgot that. Okay, here is the little top part for the actual keychain. So that goes at the very tip top. So that's where we attach this. And then we go around and attach each piece. Okay, I'm going to keep those marks. So we're going with that because it looks actually very similar to their image. Okay. So we are starting with this folded over. You know what would help is having the thread. So we are undoing the thread. Yeah. The keychain part of the keychain. We are undoing this thread. Setting that into my thread scrap pile over there, which y'all can't see, but there is a whole pile of stuff. Undoing that one. And now we are measuring at least 4 times the length of what we are sewing. So we are going kind of around like that. There we go. That's sort of one length around. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And actually, because we are going through so many layers of stuff, I am going to give it some more. Actually, now that I think of it, are we just going around the head? Yes, we are just going around the head. But still, we are going through multiple layers, so I'm going to give it 2 extra lengths, maybe even 3. There is so much thread here. We are just going to give it an extra 4. So we are actually going to make it 8 times because I don't want to worry about that. Good enough. And now that makes me realize we could have just undone the thread from before. It's fine. Okay. Threading the needle again. We push it through like a normal needle, if we can get it through. Dang it. I'm gonna clip the end. So this thread is unique for those who are recently joining. So leather thread's unique because it's waxed. It has a nice wax layer, which helps it be more durable. And this one specifically, I actually haven't even mentioned it. So this one is flat. So this is a flat thread. Can you see how that is bigger than the side of it? See that? Whoop, whoop. So it's a flat thread. Sometimes you get a rounded thread. I much prefer the flat version because it makes it super easy to secure. So the way you secure the thread is you poke it through like 1 to 2 inches from the end. You literally poke through the thread itself and pull it down, and that secures it. And then we thread the other end of the thread. It is, I gotta say, like the fact that thread is both a noun and a verb is honestly very annoying. So, like you thread the thread. So we thread the thread. I guess technically you thread the needle, but you know what I mean. how long have I been doing these keychains? So this is the first keychain that I've done, actually. So we poke it through again, but it looks like, how long have I been working on this so far? So if I look at the time, it has been an hour, 20 minutes, roughly, thus far of working on this one, but it really should not have been an hour and 20 minutes thus far. So this is literally where I take the time that I've spent working on it and cut it in like half to 30 minutes, till 3 times. Like 1/3 to a half of the time would be like a normal time if you don't mess up as much as I do. So that long. So it only should have been like 30 minutes thus far. But here we are. Okay, so we have our thread ready to go. And we are going to line these up, find that spot that I marked, go up through it. Then we are going to go up through the keychain part that will be folded over. And so then we fold it over and go through the other hole on the top. Pull that through. And when you pull it through, it'll eventually squish down. And then we're just going to hold this on top to just make sure we have it lined up with everything, so he's not lopsided. And honestly, like, trying to find which the correct hole is, which it looks like it is this one. Yes. So you go through that top hole. There we go. And then we bring the other needle, so the other side of the thread goes through the next hole right next to it. And then we grab both needles and hold this in place, and I am pulling on both threads so that they are even. So these are now even in length on either side. And we take the thread that is in the back. So I'm currently, this is the needle attached to this one. And we sew it through that hole that the other one is currently coming out of. And pull that all the way through, pull tight, and bring it up through the next available hole. And that is our stitch for that guy. And then we take, again, the string that is in the back and poke it down through that same hole that the thread was coming up through, and bring it up through the next available hole. And I am paying attention to where we marked where the ear is going to be, so it looks like that's the next one. So we are going to bring this back down. The thread in back goes back down, and I am now pulling this to the side here so that I don't poke through the thread. So if I pull it to the side, there is, like, y'all can kind of see some blue poking through there from the table. So that will avoid me poking through the thread as I go. And so now we get our ear ready. Where did our earpiece go? Here is this, and then this one goes on this side. Yes. Okay, so now we're going to tuck this under there, and I'm going to leave this out for now because we just want to sew through the brown part first. So we are going to go up through the back piece. Oops, not the front piece. We're just going up through the back piece. Then we are going to grab our brown ear and going up through that first pinhole. Eventually, there we go. And pulling that just to get everything a little out of the way. And then going up through that next available pinhole. And we're apparently sewing that into the snippers in. Just set everything aside. There we go. And now we take the other thread that's in the back and poke it down through that same holes that we went through. So you can see I'm going through that top layer, the ear, and that back piece to secure that in place. and giving it a nice tight pull. There we go. And now, when I come up through it, we need to add our little accent piece for the ear. So using that same one that I was just using, we're going to go back up through that first layer, the second layer, and then the black piece. And then up through the face. Whoops. And hopefully not flip that around. There we go. And pull that back. Let's switch this over. There we go. That's funny. I had it set to like top chat, and I completely forgot to have set it up to just like live chat so that I see all of the messages come through. So Zane, all I saw was just like much asterisk. And I'm like reading back through the chat. I'm like, what the heck are you like much what? What are you talking about? And now I've switched it to live chat. So now I can see the so muck thread message. It decided to just delete that from like top chat. So couldn't even see it. So yes, so much thread. Actually, what's funny, in my last video that I did making one of the purses, it was the Birkin bag video. There was one section that I was working with so much thread. Like it felt like it took me a solid minute each time to pull all of the thread through. It was ridiculous. So anything that is smaller than that at this point, I'm like totally doable. But like easy to work with, no problem. Like this is nothing relative to how much I was working with with that previous project. So now pulling this all the way through. Yeah, see, like that was nothing. That was like one single pull. And then we take our back thread through here. I know, Lily. So I used a photo of the finished product that Babylon Leather has on their site because I completely forgot that I had requested the neon green one. And I thought I had gotten the blue one when I made the thumbnail. So the thumbnail shows it as blue, but once this gets uploaded, like completely, I'll update it so that it's actually showing the one that I made. And so you can see the real one that I ended up completing. But yeah, I completely forgot that I had selected the neon green and not the blue. Whoopsie dipsies. But we are indeed working with the green one. And the color is neon green. And we are almost done getting around the ear here. And back down. I have to double check to make sure that the collar isn't like anytime soon. No, okay. It's like somewhere down. Actually, you know what? No, we're going to be smart this time. We are going to figure out where this is so I do not miss it. So let's put what we need to over here first. And then this actually goes on top as well. So let's actually put this down. And then this goes on top of it. This little collar. I love that detail. That is so stinking cute. And this way I will not mess that part up and we will not have to redo it. And then we put that all down. Oops, this is all lopsided. And then I am going to clip this. So use their provided clip here. There we go. There. Okay. So now I will not forget and go too far. And now I am going to do this in speed mode, which is just using the same thread instead of switching back and forth. I am just going to use the same thread and go further down. Let's move that out of the way. because normally like you switch between each one. But again, this isn't like something crazy durable. Like there isn't a bunch of weight that's being put on the inside of this. We're just filling it with a little bit of stuffing. So I am not too worried about this getting undone or anything. So to make this go a little faster, I am just going to use one thread at a time and just cruise through this side part. And then now that that one's done, I can grab the other thread and pull that through. Let's see, I just went through the thread. Don't do that. And cruise through this side. Yeah, it comes with the ring. So here, there, it's just off to the side of the camera. So yes, it does come with the actual keychain. I don't know why they didn't have me put it on like when sewing this on. Like to me that would have made more sense, and I even thought about it, and then I sewed this on and completely forgot to do that. But it at least like it has the opening to put it on. So I will do that at the end just so it doesn't like keep hitting me. I wonder if that's why they say to not do it yet, you know? Because it will just like keep hitting you as you work. I don't know. I do think that's weird, but at least it does come with the key ring. Lauren, you've done this before? Is that what you mean? So you said you have the same thing. Have you made one of these keychains before? Because that would be super cool. This one is my first keychain. And so far, I'm really liking it. I mean, I don't know if y'all watch... Oh, no! If you watch my shorts or videos, I feel like I say it more in shorts than anything. That... Let me pull this up first. There we go. I love short projects. Like things that take like an hour, like 30 minutes, an hour. I absolutely love that project length. Just to like take a nice break, you know, and work on something real quick, super satisfying to finish. And that's what I was hoping this would be, is that it would take me an hour. And realistically, I think this would only take about an hour. I just keep messing up. So if you do it correctly, it should only take about an hour, is my guess. Hey, Mohammed, welcome. How are you doing? I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Okay, now we are removing all of his body parts over here. Adding his bottom half. So we are going through that layer. Then we are going to add his collar. We're at an hour and 38 minutes. Sweet, there you go. But realistically, cut that time in half, and that would be a normal amount of time that it would take someone. Paying attention fully to what they are doing, and that person not being me. That's the important part. Okay, got that secured in. I am just going to triple check that we have this in the correct spot. Looks like yes. But if not, we are not afraid of redoing this all over again, because that is what we have been doing this whole time. So now we are going to go through all of these layers again. And pull that all the way. Runs away with suspiciously bear-shaped throat. What? Shroomy, not following. You've lost me. You lost me on that one. So we are just going through each layer here with both sets of thread as we go. And keep in mind, so I know like in previous videos, people who do like real leather work, like from scratch, have commented that apparently there is a faster way to work with both sets of string. So there's something that you like, there is a way to hold the pieces, like hold the needles, that it like makes it super easy. Like, I don't know, it's like something like you do it like this, and then you can easily just switch in your hand the two needles so that you don't have to keep like picking up and putting down each end of the thread. I've watched a couple videos on it. I have not grasped that concept yet, but that has been recommended to me by actual leatherworking people. I have not mastered that. I really want to take an actual leatherworking class because that would be nice. I recently got like a little bit of like really basic leatherworking equipment to be able to start like cutting my own patterns and making my own little keychains and stuff and like little projects like wallets or something. But I have yet to really go into that. But these projects and little kits make it so easy. Lily, oh my gosh, no way! Your uncle does leather work? That's awesome. Oh, so jealous. Have you ever worked with him and been able to like learn from him? Because I would love to take a class in leather work. I have yet to find anything around Nashville where I can do some leather classes. Because right now it's really just winging it and doing these projects. But that's what I love, like these projects, especially like this keychain. So like the purses are significantly more expensive, but this keychain, it's like $30 plus my coupon code. That makes it, what did I say? It's like an additional 10% off. So under $30 for a little kit, which is like the perfect price to get started in a craft to see if you like it, you know? And so that's where I'm at, is I'm like, I've done these projects, I like it, now I want the equipment to do my own stuff and start doing it for realsies. But this makes it super easy so that you're doing what I think is the fun part and you don't have to do the not as fun part, which is the cutting and punching of the pieces. Like I played around with the punch when it first arrived, because like how I said, I just got a bunch of little like a small, simple starter kit for leather work. So it comes with a punch, and I was just messing around to see how it works. It is like a lot of effort to punch all of these pieces. So they come in punches of like 1 up to 5 holes in a row, I think, or maybe 6. And so think of how many times you have to punch that through. And you literally like use a hammer and punch through all of the layers of leather to make all of the holes all the way around. And you have to sit there and just like hammer all of the holes in. So to me, that sounds like a pain in the butt. I want to find a way to like laser cut them. That sounds friggin' awesome to me and would make it so much easier. So that's my goal, is to figure out if I can actually just laser cut the patterns, you know? And then I could do the fun part of the sewing. That would be so cool. Oh no, Lily, he lives so far away. Oh, bummer. That's still really cool though. So you can see like all the stuff that he makes and like hear about it. Oh my gosh, well that's cool. So that's cool. You've done like sheaths and all other stuff. That's awesome. No way, Olivia, they did the bear? That's crazy. Wait, what? How did they lose stuff? Well, actually, I like how I'm like, how did you lose something? Meanwhile, I like lost the hand. Yeah, no, there's no judgment on my part. I lose stuff constantly. Y'all know this. My goodness. Yeah, that's the other thing with like stripping it and like doing, what is it, like the beveling across the edge, like that I still don't know about. So I don't know. I haven't done that part yet. So who knows? Maybe I'll like that part. I didn't love the hole punching part because it's just like difficult on my hands as well. So we shall see. We shall see. But at the very least, I really like doing the sewing part. So I still love these little kits. Like, even though it's, some people will say like, well, it's not real leather work. Like, no, come on. Yes, it is. You're just skipping some steps. It's fine. How about everyone do the part that they like and skip the part that they don't like? You know? It's fine. Just have, crafting's meant to be fun. So who cares how you do it? And I just realized that we have this marked here. but we don't have that bottom piece. So we are going to put this ear here for now. And I'm just going to put the ear part, not the inside part, because that's just going to fall off. And I will hopefully just remember that we need to add the detail as we go. Whoops. There we go. And I'm again doing this as like speed style, just with the one piece of thread all the way up. And then when I get to that first piece of, oh my goodness, what did I do? Good grief, y'all. This is thread everywhere. Okay, when we get to here, I will stop and work with the other one. Oh my goodness. We need to stuff this. Well, good thing I was just working with one, because now it'll be much easier to undo. I was getting so excited to work in fast mode. See, this is what I mean, that other people will be faster because you won't make as many mistakes as me as I go. So we are packing this up so that we can add our stuffing. You can't forget the stuffing, so he's a cute little chubby face. Okay, they say to like bring it, well, we're just gonna bring it all the way back to here where I started doing the solo string. Whoop. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, like all the carving and decorative work. I love that. And like the dyeing of everything. So that's something I've wanted to get into. I mean, like I love pretty much dyeing anything. So like dyeing leather, I think would be so fun. But you have to get like all of those supplies as well. So cool. Oh, I'm so jealous. Though a belt. So I know that Babylon Leather does have a belt kit. So that is on my list to do a belt, because that one, it's literally what you're learning is the like beveling of the edges, or burnishing, right? I think it's the word burnishing of the edge, and then adding the dye. So like that's literally what you're doing, is dyeing it and doing the burnishing. So it's like an intro into doing that. I think that would be super cool. Okay, so now we are adding, where are these circles? And like we have these circle pieces. Part of me thinks that this goes under the eye, but it's not like getting sewn in. Where do these eyes go? Because I'm looking at the instructions and there is like black behind the eye. It was so weird. Was I supposed to add circles at some point? There is no info at the beginning about adding the black part behind the eyes, but otherwise like the stuff is gonna show through, you know? And there aren't holes in this. Am I supposed to like glue it? Okay, we are gonna move this for now so that we can stuff it. I don't know, maybe I just put it in and just hope that it doesn't move around? Well, I guess we will do that, because there was not glue provided and the instructions are not clear as to what to do. So we are just going to put those pieces in there and hope for the best. But they did provide the fluff for the inside. So we are going to grab some of that. And we are going to stuff his little head. So I'm going to hopefully keep these in place. And if they don't, I will look into gluing them. But otherwise, we are just going to add some stuff in here. I don't know how much to do, but I want him like as chubby as I possibly can. That is the goal. A cute, chubby bear. I think it's so fun that they provide the stuffing. Like, that's so cool. Adds the extra dimension to it, you know? Let's try to move that out the way. And hopefully you put it in more evenly than I am. I know, like, doing little bits at a time helps. I feel like I probably put too much in to start. But we are just going to keep stuffing until it's not there anymore. Hey, Emma, welcome! He'll deflate over time, okay? So just stuff him full. Let's go. I was kind of trying to just smush it all back in there. And loosen that, put more in. I'm just trying to make sure that the eyes don't move, but they really haven't. So I guess maybe you don't need to glue it. Bizarre concept to me. Like, why not just have a whole sheet of black underneath, you know? Or sew eyeballs onto it. But, oh well. Seems to be working. Okay, this might be as far as we can get thus far, and then I can add more as we go around. Okay, where did our ear go? I'm going to put this hopefully in the right spot. So again, we don't forget where the ear goes. There we go. And now we can continue sewing this. So I'm going to pull this tight. So now I'm going to do, so I won't go speed round because we will have to pull it tight each time. And then go through here. And then bring this guy back down. And we're going to do it like this so that they're on opposite sides. And then I can pull tight and make sure that the stuffing doesn't come out and that everything is nice and secure. So we're going to bring that on here. Bring that on here. No worries, Lily. You can also watch the playback. Like, that will be live. I mean, honestly, it takes forever for stuff to get uploaded, but there will be a playback, so you can catch the rest of it. So we are doing this next stitch. Bring this down, trying to not sew through the thread like I have been. Pull that back. Okay, I think when we get to the ear is when I will add more. Because otherwise I'm not going to be able to get the ear in. And hopefully I don't stab myself here too much. I am proud of myself for not fully stabbing myself thus far, so kudos to myself for that. Pull tight. And going through here. And back down. There we go. Pull, pull. Oh my gosh, it's coming together so cute, his little face. Oh my goodness. Okay, now we are at our ear. So I'm going through all 3 layers there. And we are just doing this one hole so that we can add the ear detail. Hey, Anime Drawing, welcome. We are making a little leather bear keychain. It's a little teddy bear here. Okay, and now, where is our detail for the ear? Phew, I thought I lost it. Okay. And now we can add this back here. So I'm going to come up from the bottom, go through the back piece, the ear, and now through the detail, and through the front piece. And then we're going to take the other one and go back down through all of those layers. Bye, Lily. Have a good rest of your birthday. Extra happy birthdays to you. Have an amazing time. goodness, trying to get through all of these without going through the thread. Yeah, extra birthday emojis for Lily. Hearts to ya. There we go. Yay! And back down through. And pull tight. And now we are going to stuff this little guy full. We're going to make him as chubby as possible. And this, I will say, is where having teeny tiny hands helps. Because then I can just keep going. As we get closer and closer to filling it, I can still get in there. Give him some chubby old cheeks. Go, go, go. I think we're getting pretty close. I'm gonna give it a couple more stitches and see if we can add any more, but he does feel like he's about to burst, so. And I'll pull this back. And bring this guy up. Through all, I think we have 4 layers now. Yep, 4 layers here. And again, keeping them on opposite sides so that I can give it a nice pull. And just secure everything. And again, and I do this after every single stitch. If it's something like this, it needs to be pulled tight and secure. Whoops. Hit the camera in the process. Sorry for the shakies, y'all. We do this after each time so that I know every single stitch is going to be secure and it won't result in floof coming out. Pull that tight. And I might be able to get a little bit more fluff. We're talking like a teeny bit more. I'm gonna shove that in there. They provide a ton of fluff. I assume we're not expected to use all of this. Like, look at this. This is crazy. That is a crazy amount of fluff. That is not all going in there. I know, I feel bad, but it's like the camera's right in front of my face. So I always feel bad when I hit it. So then I see the playback and it's just like shaking everywhere. Okay. I think we are good on stuffing. So we are gonna finish up these last couple stitches on here. And try to keep the stuffing out of the way. While also not stabbing myself in the process. That would be ideal. And pull through. Yeah, I'm wondering if I do stuff the body. Here, let me look at the instructions, because I was wondering that myself. Yes, it looks like we do stuff the body as well. So maybe that's why they give you tons. That would make sense. It's like, that is a lot of stuffing. But they also give like plenty of extra thread, so I wouldn't be surprised if they just gave a crap ton extra stuffing as well. But it does look like we are stuffing the body too. Okay. Tight, tight pulls. We are getting around here with these last couple stitches. We are cruising. I am proud. No mistakes thus far, though I may have just jinxed myself. Ooh. Thanks for joining, Emma. Have a good night. I know, where is everyone in the world? I feel like we are global. I'm here in the US, in Nashville, but I know, Olivia, you're in Sweden. But I'm always surprised when people are like, I'm going to bed. I'm like, what? Where are you? Like, it is 3:50 p.m. for me. Louisiana? Nice! Nearby, relatively speaking. That's same time zone, right? Central time? Are you also in Central? Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say, I think you're not far enough to not be Central time. Okay, I definitely sewed some floof through this. Whoopsie dipsies. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so now we are going through... Ooh, that was much easier. I thought it was going to be way more difficult to get through all those layers. But nope, we are good. Yeah, Olivia, you are such a night owl. My goodness. And on a school night. My goodness. Okay. Sewed up that head, and now we are going to backstitch. And this one I will do 2 back stitches so that it is extra secure, since we have the fluff that is creating some pressure on it. So we are going to do those 2 back stitches, bringing it to the back, and then same with this one. And yes, I used way more thread than necessary, but oh well. I would rather have more than too little, so. Anime drying, 450, East Coast time, love it. Oh my goodness. Olivia, fall break. The fact that y'all have fall break blows my mind. That was not a thing that existed for me as a kid. No, there was no break in fall. It was just until we hit Thanksgiving and then like December holidays, those were our breaks. Never something in October, early November. So I am super jealous that y'all get your fall breaks. Okay, now we are melting the ends here with my little thread burner, which makes it super easy. I love this thing. Okay, and then squishing those in. Oh, nice. Sweet, Lily. Okay, as an anesthesiologist, so I have a fun game that I play with anesthesiologists, which I've gotten to play, well, I was supposed to play once more, but 3 times, where I have y'all guess when you think I'm gonna be out and when I won't remember. And thus far, no anesthesiologist has gotten it correct. They always think I'm out. Whoops, I hit the mic. They always think I'm out way sooner than I am. And I don't know why this is not a game that y'all play every time, because I would find that so fun to like start timing when patients start forgetting what's happening. But like for a surgery that I had years ago, that was super fun for me. Because yeah, that anesthesiologist I just felt like messing with pretty much. He was still in residency, I think. Yeah, he was not the attending, because the attending had to come in and help him, but that was fun to play that game. And when I went for like a post-op like check-in, I literally had another anesthesiologist page him, and like over the pager, I was like basically mocking him to be like, no, you got it wrong. Like, I remember all of these things that you said. So yeah, that's a fun game that I play with anesthesiologists. And they've never won. Wait, kids really do that? Do they remember? So I guess how good are you? How close do you get? Because for me, it's been like an entire minute or 2 off that I am awake and they thought I was out. So I don't know. So play the game. Play the game tomorrow with them and see. Have that be a new thing that you do. That's what I mean. I'm like a whole minute. Like we had literally had an entire conversation still. And I'm like, I'm still talking, you know? Like wouldn't I remember that I'm still conversing? Like when I'm out is when I'm out. Yeah, fingers crossed you never have to get surgery. But now you know there are fun games that you can play and like mess with people and mess with the staff and hopefully entertains them. I like to think it provides some levity to the day. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm looking at what our next steps are. And we also finished the head. And now we are going all along here. And it looks like we're going to double back through here. Okay, I guess when we stop here, we start stuffing that side so that we can get the leg. And then we go up here and then all the way around. So we are grabbing our thread. What kind of surgery do you have going on tomorrow, Lily? What you got? What you got on the agenda? And then we are gonna measure this sort of. Okay, I'm gonna be a little bit more precise here. How did I manage that? Oh my gosh, y'all. Did I sew this upside down? Because there is an extra little dot there. I think I may have sewn that upside down. And then I don't know how I did that up top. Oh, that's too funny. Okay, we might have to improvise so that there isn't a hole there. So I may actually do some extra stitching here. Oh, but we might not be able to. Oh no. Okay, we're just gonna improvise something as we go around. I've got an idea. We're just gonna add like a little arm detail up here and that won't affect the stuffing either. Whoopsie dipsies. Power of live. Go figure. Okay, we are measuring all the way around for what we need to stitch. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 times the length. Plus, I'm going to give us 2 extra to give extra bandwidth. And then I'm going to snip that. I'm going to grab some water. "48 to 54 seconds. That is really specific. My goodness. So you really have timed it. Holy cow. Oh, like you are having surgery. Oh. I thought you meant there was like a surgery on deck for tomorrow. And I was also like, well, don't you have that like every day? What do you mean? Oh, you getting surgery. That's no fun. But now you can test your own skills and see and mess with your own person. If you go, I assume you go under. So, yeah. Now you can mess with other anesthesiologists and see who gets it correct. Okay, prepping these guys. I think I just did that off camera. Sorry, y'all. I was reading the chat and realized my hands are not under the camera. But we can do this side. And poke this through. That was kind of on the side, but it's fine. It'll still stay. Okay, pulling through this guy. We are going to arbitrarily start. No, we're going to start at this. No, we're going to start at the right because I just right-handed. We are starting at the right. And I will just have to improvise what I'm going to do for there as we go. Okay, going through that first hole. Now going through the next one. Grabbing both needles and pulling so that they're even. And then grabbing this back one. And through. And back through the next one. Are you upset that I'm starting on this side? Why? For some reason, I always go counterclockwise. Wait, why? Should I back up? Why? What's wrong? Please do counterclockwise that side. What'd I do? What? Are you making me question whether I should undo it? Okay, cool. I'm gonna continue. Mild panic. I was like, no, I'm gonna stop. If you have a legitimate reason, we are going to stop early to not have to undo a million stitches. But if not, we will carry on. Olivia, that's too funny. Can I ride my horse? No. No, you can't. We are going to go through all of these layers. And then I'm going to bring this down. And this is where we're going to do some improvisation to add a little bit of detail so it at least matches the other side. Since we have that extra hole that I'm going to have to deal with. So we are just going to go through here and just poke a hole through this first layer of just the green. I'm just going to try and poke through. There we go. We stabbed through it. And we are just going to go through just this top layer. There. And bring that back down. There we go. And now I have to think about how I'm going to come back. Because now we're going to be on opposite sides. So let's do this. I might actually no, because that's going to be the same thing. Oh no, that's correct. Okay, so if I come back up, that's still the same thing. We're good. There we go. So now we have the little detail, because that's going to match what's over here. So then we don't have to worry about that I did that upside down. And now we can continue. And then bring it back up. Oh, thanks, Zane. You were having me question choices here. And I was like, no, I will fully hear you out on this one. If you have thoughts, I am all ears. If there was, whoops, what the heck was that? That was an interesting choice. Here we go. Ooh, Lily, like for med leave off for a month, or you just like have a month-long vacation? Because like, how is that possible? Yeah, that sounds like a great plan. Dogs and mimosas. I am making a mess over here. I think I just completely lost. I'm like delirious at this point. We're past normalcy and just getting everything tangled up in here. My gosh. See, we're undoing our own stitches. Oh, let's get it together. Let's get it together. Yeah, I +1 on what kind of dogs do you have? Tell me all about the puppies. I'm going to speed round this as well. How do we go up through? This one's acting like we don't go up through there, but we do. Because there is a hole back here, which lines up with all of these. So we are going through that. I don't know why that looks different on the image. Oh my goodness, boxers. The German Shepherd, cute. What are their names? I'm just gonna keep zipping through till we get to this bottom part. Oh my god, like what am I doing, y'all? Oh my goodness. There's the correct stitch. And now going through here and down without skipping stitches and going over multiple stitches. And we're gonna stop with that one. And now take this other one. Daffy, cute. That's a cute name. And up through here. And down. On that ball. Yeah, see, that's what I'm curious about with this whole, like, how are you having a month off? Are you on call for that month? Or is it like med leave and you're straight up off? Because, like, being in Nashville, I have a bunch of friends at Vanderbilt who are in their residency. And yeah, no, having a month, like, that's not a thing, having a month off. Like, what? Ah, the power of med leave. There it is. Oh, tasty, tasty med leave. Congratulations. Okay, we are at our point. We can allegedly start stuffing this. I think it's like really that I just need to get stuffing where the leg is down there. Because then I won't exactly be able to access it. Though honestly, I think I will. No, I'm going to be able to access that. Tiny fingers. Here we go. So we are going to keep going. And I am just going to use one piece of thread for this. So then I'm just going to go up through here, just with the one thread, and then we'll double back with the same thread to go back where we started. There we go. And now we can continue with this back one. Yes, sports ball, totally. I follow all sports, and especially Vandy sports. Totally, Actually, it's funny, unless you're talking about the game that was on Saturday last week, because funnily enough, we were at a dog thing. It was like dog day in the park, and there was a Vandy game, so I don't know. Yeah, I'm in Nashville. Yeah. Wait, are you in Nashville? So yeah, we were at the dog thing on Saturday, and there was a Vandy game going, and we were like trying to figure out where the heck we were, that we could hear a game. And I'm like, are the Sounds playing? Which is like the local minor league baseball team. And we're like, what? Like, I guess that stadium's nearby. And it took us forever. And then finally realized that it was a Vandy game. And they were like doing fireworks and like all sorts of stuff. It was crazy. And I'm like, I am not used to this level of excitement for football. And I don't know how we've never heard a Vandy game thus far. But that was our first thing. First time hearing a Vandy game. Indiana! Whoop! Hitting cameras again. Nice! Love it! Indiana, Louisiana, Sweden! Super close. I love that. Oh, Olivia. Too funny. But yeah, we moved to Nashville in 2022. So we've been here for like 3.5 years this far. But we love it. Okay, I'm thinking might need to start doing some stuffing. Actually, maybe when I get to the corner. Let's get to the corner, and then we can start stuffing it. So let's just speed around these last couple stitches here. I can go through all of these layers. There we go. Pulling tight. Nice. Sorry for the shakiness, and clearly I messed something up here. Awesome. Oh, that's weird. I completely missed the bottom part. So that's cool. And hopefully I don't sew through a whole bunch of stuff. Yes, I did. Undo this. Are we? Come on. Distracted by the chat, and that's what I'm going to stick to. That is my excuse. Okay, I need my glasses again. Okay, let's double back on this. I'm gonna have to do this off to the side again so I can use my glasses properly. Okay, I think I got it. Let's see. Yes! Okay, sweet. That one was not too bad. Oh my gosh. All Louisiana. Nice. We moved from Boston, but I'm originally from California. And then went to Boston for grad school, stayed there because my husband's from there, and then finally convinced him to leave. And we chose Nashville. So that's how we ended up here. But originally, I am from California. Okay, now I can go through this one. Pull that back. Now, you all cannot see what I'm doing. That's not helpful. There we go. And this is somehow a lot trickier getting through all 4 of these layers here. There we go. WV is West Virginia, right? Like that WV? I'm not crazy. Nice, hopping around. Oh, that's where I cut it. That makes sense. Okay. Now we can add some stuffing. So I'm gonna start with that leg over there. And try and get it down into that little pocket. I'll just jam it in there. Nice. Okay, yeah. West Virginia. My only experience with West Virginia is driving through it, and then I stopped to collect rocks naturally, as I do. And funnily enough, so like we literally stopped at the side of a highway. It wasn't a highway. It was a high traffic road though. And so we like parked to the side, and another car stopped and started like looking for rocks as well. And I was like, hey, are you looking for rocks? Another like grown ass adult. And so we started chatting, and he's like, oh yeah. And then turns out he's a geologist and was looking for rocks just like I did. And he recommended like a couple other places throughout West Virginia that we then drove to look for more rocks. And then I ended up finding, a really cool isopod fossil, like a trilobite. So like old creature fossil. And I am pretty damn sure, like I am thoroughly convinced that he dropped it there for me. Like he took it out of his pocket or something and just like dropped it there for me to find. Because it was in pristine condition. Like I didn't need to clean it off. Like it just was perfectly right there. But I thought that was really sweet. And I'm pretty, like, he had to have done that. And like I asked him, and he's like, no, that's really cool that you found that. And like, you definitely planted this. But still really cool. But yeah, I thought that was really, really sweet of him. And if not, then that would be insane. Then like someone must have planted it there previously. Because there's no, like, it was literally just sitting there face up. Like that would not exist. So someone planted it there, if not him, but still pretty cool. So that's my experience with West Virginia. So kind of neat. Wasn't there for very long because we were just driving through, but turned out pretty cool in the end. Okay, I'm trying to shove this thing full. Trying to get it over into the arm, but we're looking pretty good here. Now I'm like, okay, this amount of stuffing seems correct. And now I'm shoving it into the other leg. Trying to get a little bit at a time. Like, here's how much stuffing we have left. So it's actually not too much extra. They provide the correct amount. Yeah, all the fire stuff was sad. Pigeon Forge. So I actually want to go back. So I went like 2 years ago now. I loved it. So we like, did you do Dollywood and everything? Because I loved Dollywood. And we actually, speaking of bears, so for those who don't know, Gatlinburg Pigeon Forge is in like East Tennessee, and they are known for bears. And so there are like specific routes that you can go, like either driving through, hiking, whatever. And, oh, let me get this in. Excuse me. And so while we were driving, we're obviously like looking around for bears, and I saw a baby bear right along the street, and I start yelling. So my husband's driving. I forget what words are. And so I'm just like, rewind, 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 meaning to say reverse. And everyone's like, what the hell is wrong with you? And so I'm like, there's a baby bear, there's a baby bear. And so he goes in reverse, and finally everyone sees it. And like my mother-in-law's like, that's not a bear, blah, 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 blah. And then finally sees it, and she's like, holy shit, that's a baby bear. So that was crazy. We didn't see Mama, but we did see a baby bear go by. So that was pretty stinking cool. Nice. High school grad trip? Holy crap, that sounds fun. Wait, you guys went all the way from Louisiana? That's insane. Wait, what was your bad experience at Dollywood? Oh my gosh. Why would you go near Mama Bear? Hey, Grace. Hello, hello. Yeah, I know. I need stories. I need full stories explained here. Oh, no. Wait, why? I assume because of a ride. Did you throw up on the ride? No. Oh, no. Yeah, that's fair. Was it because of the cinnamon bread? Was it just like a whole bunch of cinnamon bread because you puked up? Because that would be worth it. Oh, that's awful. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's fair. I get it. I get it. Okay, I think this is stuffed, so we can go around here. And again, I am going to do this one at a time, and apparently sew in the fluff. Whoops. So you're gonna go stitch by stitch. Pull that tight. And then Zane, what did you all do? Like, did you drive up to Pigeon Forge? Like, that would have been a hefty drive, I imagine. Or did you fly? Like, especially for a high school trip. That's crazy. That's a lengthy drive. Like, busing it? Pulling that tight. We are just cruising along. Famous last words here. Oh, you didn't go with your class. You've lost me now. Now I'm not following the story. I thought you said it was a high school class trip. Okay, pulling this through. I think we have this last hole here. Yes. If I can find it. There we go. And then our last piece there. Oh my goodness, the green is so thin. I'm like scared it's gonna tear, but it won't. I hope. It's like awkward to get through these layers for some reason. I think it's just so close to the edge of these pieces. There we go. And then pull that. And, oh, we have to do our detail. Okay, so now we're on this side. So let's not forget our detail because I messed up and put this upside down. So we're gonna go through that hole. There we go. And now back up through here. There we go. So that is how we solve messing up there. So we have our little detail there and detail there. So at least it's even. Gotcha. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, well, at least you got to go, so that's cool. I mean, if you don't like the people, that's way better, you know? Oh, that's cool. Whoops. Yeah. Part of me wants to go to Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, etc., like in the next couple months. And by months, I mean more weeks at this point, because now we're at the end of October. So I was thinking like fall, beginning of like holiday season, when like all the lights and stuff are up. I think that would be really cool. I just haven't looked into it. But I did actually, so what, 2 weeks ago, I think, I found a recipe for the cinnamon bread that they have there, and I made it, and it was so stinking good, except I did way too much sauce. And so it was just like a pile of caramel on some bread, basically. So I have modifications to make, but it was still really good. And I have to try again. But that cinnamon bread, oh my gosh. If I recall, that is all I ate that day. I was like, nah, this is worth it. I'm just gonna eat cinnamon bread. And I may have had like some popcorn or something. If someone had gotten that, I probably would have had a handful. But like I remember not having real meals, and I just had the cinnamon bread the whole day. Okay, I ended up using all of the stuffing. So he is jam-packed here. He is one chunky little fella. Look at that. Look how chunky he is. Where's Chunky? This is cute. And now we're finishing up the stitches. Hopefully we don't have another mistake and don't have to backtrack. I am pulling extra tight as we go. Too alive when I go. I could. Never thought about that. I'm like, I never thought about doing vlog stuff. I just do my crafting stuff. Vlogging is not something I'm good at. Like when we went to Japan, we went to a whole bunch of craft stores because they obviously have the coolest stuff. Did not occur to me to film any of it till like we got home. I was like, oh yeah, that probably would have been smart to like film the craft stores in Japan. Didn't occur to me. It is not a skill I possess. It is not something I'm used to. For me, all the YouTube stuff is like thought out. I plan it. It's completely separate from my day-to-day life. Like, yeah. Okay. Ooh, you know what would help is actually going through the correct layers. I was so close, people. So close to doing it correctly. Okay, we at least can get this one through. But we need to undo this one because I forgot to have it go through all of the correct layers. Now we're gonna have to undo this as well. Dang it! We were so close. And we are going to reverse this somehow. I can't tell. Getting out the glasses again. And then pulling this through. And the problem is there is some fluff coming out, so it's much more difficult to see what I'm doing. But I think we can undo this. Close. And pull it through. There we go. Okay. We fixed it. Man, one stitch left and I mess it up. Go figure. Okay, so now backed it up because I forgot about this little guy up here. His collar. So coming up from the bottom, pulling up. He needs a monocle. That would be so cute. A little thing. That would be cute. Am I a Swiftie? I guess technically not. It's like, there's nothing, like, I like her music. No issues with her. Yeah, I guess I wouldn't consider myself a Swiftie. I have not seen her in concert, though, like, I wouldn't mind seeing her, because obviously people rave about the shows. But yeah. Technically not a Swiftie. Yeah. Okay, pull tight, and I think we have them stitched up. Finally! So I'm pulling back, doing our back stitches. I don't know why I said pulling back. Don't know what I meant by that. I think I was like pulling the stitches, pulling on the threads, and then back stitching. So that's where we got pulling back. But we are going to back stitch 2 stitches here, so that it is extra secure. And then same thing, back stitch 1, and then, ow, dang it. Just poked myself, but I don't think we're bleeding, so we count that as a success. And then the second back stitch here. And then we trim. 1, 2. Those were a little long. I might do that. You only like one of her songs? Which song? Now I'm curious. Yeah, I mean, I like pretty much like most of the stuff that ends up on the radio, pretty much. So it's, I don't think there's a song that I'm like, ugh, I hate this. But yeah. And now we melt it. And then I'll smush that down. Melt it a little bit more here. And smush it down. Oh, Fadophilia. So, call me crazy. Does that song not sound like Summertime Sadness? Because that is all I hear. And Swifties, don't come after me. But like, that's what I hear. Like, you could pretty much overlap them, and I think it would be the same song. Because I start hearing it, and then I just sing Summertime Sadness. And I'm like, it's the same thing. Like, ugh. Okay, right? Like, right? What the heck is going on? Yeah. Yeah. Sika, joining in for that. Love it. Joining the chat for this. Swifties, please don't come after us. I'm scared. Like, I'm scared to say too much. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Okay. The validation. I appreciate it. Yes. So, I don't know. I don't get it. That's the only one I've heard from the new album, so that's all that's played on the radio. So, waiting until the next radio song. Yes, the ring. We are adding this guy, if I can open it. Ah, let's go, let's go, let's go. No. There we go. Okay, so putting the ring on. And there we go. There's our little keychain. And now calling time. So 2.5 hours. So yeah, cut that in half, if not more. This would be an hour-long project if you were a normal person who did not make as many mistakes as I did. But this seems like an hour-long project, which is exactly what I was expecting. So honestly, not surprised that this took me 2.5 hours. Because, yeah. Jackie, where did I buy the kit? Yeah, so it's linked in the description. And actually, I can put it in chat as well, so it's easier for y'all. Let me pull that up. But it's by Babylon Leather. So like babylonleather.com. But I can show you the one specifically that I linked to. Here you go. There's the kit. And so if you use code abcrafty, so like here, like literally my channel name. So abcrafty, that was meant to be in all caps. abcrafty. There we go. So there's the code, and that'll get you an additional 10% off. Yay. Okay, cool. Here we go. 2.5 hours later, we have our finished little leather bear keychain. Oh my gosh, this little butt. Oh my God. Can y'all see that? Like there's like a little shadow there. It like makes a little butt crack. Oh my gosh, I love that. But there we go. And like we stuffed him, so he's nice and chunky. This one was fun. I like this a lot. Okay, keychains, I'm a big fan of. Super simple, quick project. Should be an hour long. I really like these. I'm gonna probably get more of these. I think I requested, like, there's one that's a Labubu. So I requested that. It's technically by a different brand, but I did. There's that one that I know that's coming up. But they have, so like Babylon Leather I know has like a horse. And I think there's an elephant one. That was the one I was debating. I was debating between like the elephant and this guy. But they have a bunch of other little guys as well. So a bunch of other keychains that you can get. And then this one also comes in a bunch of colors. This one is specifically the neon green is this color. They have 2 greens, but this one, if you want this one specifically, it's neon green. But I think that link that I dropped in the chat and like what's in the description as well, I think that drops you specifically to that green one. So yeah. Emma, hello, welcome. We were just finishing up here, so yeah. So Labubu is that like little super creepy little teddy bear that everyone's like obsessed with right now. I personally don't fully understand it either. Don't come after me for that as well. So Swifty Labubu people, please don't come after me. Yes, it's the scary little teddy bear that for some reason people really like. But I figured people might like me doing a Labubu version. So then it's like I have a cute teddy bear and then like a Labubu leather keychain one. So it's like interesting dichotomy between those. So yeah, so that one is eventually coming my way. But yeah, here is our little guy. And now this meant to be hour-long session. Now we're at 2 hours and 40. So there we go. So thank y'all for joining. This was a fun one. Thanks for chatting in the chat. This was fun hanging out with y'all this time. I don't know why we're saying no. No, oh, like the Labubu, like don't do a Labubu. Yeah, fair. Yeah. Yeah, no, now I need to know. But I'm assuming that it's like, don't do a Labubu is my guess. No. No. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. Okay, unless you message back in like the next couple seconds, I will carry on. Okay, cool. Well, yes, so there was a new video that I posted yesterday that y'all can check out. Okay, there we go. Really bad experience with the poo-poos. Interesting. Yes, explain. Please explain before I hop off. Now I'm like fully invested in this. But yeah, so I posted another video yesterday all about making your own buttons, like pins that you can stick to yourself. all about button making machines and stuff. And there are a few shorts that I have as well that just went live. So I know this week there'll be a couple more shorts happening. I've got some other stuff that I want to do live. So TBD if there will be lives this week. As I always say, make sure to subscribe so that you know when I go live, because I do it just randomly. Do an elephant next. I don't yet have the elephant, but I can request that. And I think they also have a pattern for it. So I was thinking, honestly, that might be one where I do like the full steps from like doing the punching, like the cutting and punching and everything through the sewing part. So start to finish. So that is something I might look into, because that's something they do. So Babylon Leather also has the patterns. So if you have all your own equipment, they do have patterns and templates that you can get separately, whether just like a digital file or they can like mail a physical one. So that is an option as well. I just haven't done that yet. But now that I finally have equipment to make stuff, that's something I can look into. I know, girl, like, speak up. Like, we need to hear it. A bunny, that would be cute. I can take a look at like what they have. Babylon, typing one-handed, Babylon Leather. What other keychains they do have? While we wait for Lily to tell the story, that's where I'm killing time here. We're all waiting on you. Is it coin? Small leather projects kits? I think is the category. Yeah, smaller projects. Okay. They have glasses cases. Let's sort by that. Maybe it's like coin purse? Card case, coin purse. Price, high to low. Have they like sold out of stuff? Now I'm like confused. They used to have more. Maybe they're sold out of other keychain kits. Because I'm only seeing the patterns right now. But I know they used to have them because like I was deciding between them. Coin purse? I don't know. They at least have the patterns. I don't know what's going on. So I don't know, but yeah. Okay, here we go. Okay, we're reading out loud. So my sis, this is from Lily. So my sis had one and it kept disappearing. And then we kept finding it outside on the porch. And my dad didn't really have a good vibe about it. So he threw it outside. Oh my gosh. While I was looking in my mirror, ... Oh my God. Nope. You do know someone's punking you, right? Like someone is punking you. Bad juju. This reminds me of growing up and like my Furby and my brother would go in my room at night and open its eyes and have it face me. And so I would wake up and it'd be staring at me in a horrifying way. So I'm thinking someone was punking you, and that is the theory I am sticking to. Heck no. Water break while we wait for the rest of this story. Also, you do realize that I might end up clipping this story and sharing it as a video. Okay, part 2. Okay, well, I was looking in my mirror and it was on my bookshelf. Well, I didn't turn my bedroom light on and I looked back and it wasn't there. And I was walking down the stairs, my light was on, and my brother screamed because it was under his pillow and we burned it. Oh my God, Lily. I think your sister was punking you. That is the story I'm sticking to because that is horrifying. Holy crap. Nope. I think there is some magic happening. Someone is doing illusions and they're pranking you. I still agree that burning it was the correct thing to do, though. I fully support that. Nope. Fantastic story. 10 out of 10 story, though. Heart, 100. Fantastic story time. I am happy you shared. Okay. Oh my God. No, it's just getting worse. You found fur on your dad's jacket. Nope. Big ol' nope. No, thank you. Okay, with that creepy note, I think that's where we'll end this on. No, thank you. And poor Olivia is like going to bed now. Oh gosh, just don't think about this story. Just don't. Nope. Nope. Oh. Oh God. No. Okay, going back to our little bear. Yay! Finished the bear. Thanks all for joining. We can all think about Labubu's haunting our nightmares now. Fantastic. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, Lily, on that note, good luck with your surgery tomorrow. Hopefully there will not be Labubus as you come out of it. Oh God, that would be a pretty solid prank, honestly. And everyone else, Zane, Lily, Olivia, thanks all for joining, chatting in, Peggy as well, everyone who's in the chat, thanks for hanging out with me. This was a fun one. So yeah, stay tuned for next ones coming up. Hopefully one will happen like later this week for another live. I've got some other projects that we can work on. So thanks all. Until next time, take care.